What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Eric from the SDN Podcast, and with me is my boy Percy, and we're here. We're going to talk about Saturday night's main event. Percy, what's going on, my brother?
Man, I'm so glad to be back, man. So glad to join you back on the SDN Podcast. It's always a good time. I cannot wait. This was a very good event. I got so much I want to talk about. This is going to be wonderful. So let's get to it.
Let's get to it. What do you want to start?
You got to start right from the beginning. First of all, I'm going to say this. The overall show I thought was fantastic. I genuinely did. I was surprised by the length of the matches. Were all very, very short, but I loved the flow of the show. It kept me in tune. All the pageantry for John Cena. Gotta give it up to the man. Thank you, Cena. Gotta respect the man. I'm jealous of you. I heard you were there.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Definitely
sir.
got to hear about that.
Oh, yeah. We will hear about that. We'll definitely hear about that.
But, I thought the show was very, very good. I loved each match, to be honest with you. I don't do a star ratings thing, but, if I look at it from, the opening match to the very, very end, and very controversial in, which I know we'll get to, I really enjoyed the experience. I enjoyed everything they put out there. I thought that it's probably one of the better Saturday Night main events that they've had. I don't want to say the best, but I think we'd be short on calling it the best, to be honest with you. In terms of top to bottom, great wrestling, really, really well done. I really enjoyed it.
I did as well. I did. I think that, every time that you're in any event, you feel, you get pumped because of the crowd and the whole nine. But seeing like the matches between like the main roster guys versus NXT, to me was great. And like you said, right from the top, Cody Rhodes, WWE champion versus the NXT champion, Oba Femi. Listen, this is the second or third time that I see Oba wrestle in person.
Oh, okay.
And this time was different. Because I seen him in that NXT environment. I seen him against Tony D, whatever the Mafia guy.
Tony D'Angelo, man.
Tony D'Angelo. I seen him against him in Halloween Havoc here in Hershey. And then, but I can't remember the other time I saw him. But seeing him wrestle Cody Rhodes, granted it wasn't for the WWE title, it felt right. It felt like, yeah, this is somebody who's he's there now, but he will definitely be there again in the future.
Yeah. You know what's crazy? 3 years. He's only had 3 years in the business, and as good as he is to have been, because I agree with you. I think the thing that I took away from it, from the time he walked down to the time he choke slammed Drew McIntyre, he felt like he belonged. He felt like this is where he's supposed to be. And I love that from the showcase perspective, that it really did show that this guy's ready. I hope they don't long game him where, he has to spend a year in the mid card and a year as a tag team and trying to figure out what a good guy looks like. And that dude is a force. He should have, at least in my opinion, the type of trajectory that Gunther had. Just come in and make a statement.
Agree with you 1,000,000%. Except in one thing. The good guy part. Can you imagine that beast as a heel?
Yeah. Absolutely. I think he'll have that run, but I want it to be a more organic bring to it. Like, I just don't want them to feel like they have to force that on him, like they did with Trick Williams and Carmelo Hayes and so many other guys that have come out of NXT where they do that year as the good guy champion and then the year as the bad guy champion. I don't need that out of Oba. Oba is ready, and this was a great example of it. First of all, I love that they gave him so much time. Yes. Really, Cody sold the hell out of it for him. I mean, he really allowed people to see what Oba could do from a strength and agility perspective, speed. My God, that guy can move around the ring. He is truly phenomenal, but also he's frightening. That's what he is. He's frightening when he's in that ring, and he really sold it well.
No, the fact that what I loved, so it wasn't not so much the match itself with Cody that I loved. I loved the fact that what happened afterwards. It was the Drew coming in, and getting involved, costing him the match, and him just face to face with Drew. And I'm like, that's a feud right there, and that's one hell of a feud.
Yeah,
that's somebody who's gonna test Drew McIntyre.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's a match that is going to be, I don't want to see it every week on Raw or SmackDown or anywhere. That's a match that I want to see a build up in Raw, SmackDown, wherever he ends up. And I want to see that at a Royal Rumble or WrestleMania or SummerSlam, one of the big pay-per-views, because it does have that big match feel.
Now, you were
with
in
them
the
two.
audience, and obviously you paid a pretty penny to be there. Did you feel like it took away this big match in terms of, the NXT champion versus WWE champion to not have a finish, to not have a true finish? Did that feel like that take it away from you?
No, not at all. And I'll tell you why. Because I do this podcast with my friend, girlfriend, Snug en Español. We do the Spanish version. And I called it.
Yeah.
Cody's not going to lose. He's not going to lose to Oba. The WWE champion is not going to lose to the NXT champion. And Oba's too big for him to lose clean to Cody Rhodes.
Yeah.
That's just my opinion, because he's a babyface, and we knew it was going to be somebody was going to come in, it was going to be a disqualification of some type. We knew Cody was going to win, but it was exactly that. Drew came in, cost him Oba the match, and so no, I didn't feel cheated out. A lot of people were. A lot of people were complaining.
Yeah.
I'm like, are you guys new wrestling fans here, or just okay?
No, I don't disagree with you. If I had done predictions, I would have said the same thing that I did. I obviously been setting up for weeks the return of Drew McIntyre coming back from suspension. They made it very clear that he was going to play a factor in this. So I agree with you. It just, my thought was like, if I'm there, I can understand the feeling of those fans. I'm there. I'm paying to be there, and I'm not getting a resolution out of it. Particularly since, like the rest of the matches, other than the John Cena match, every match went under 10 minutes. And I don't think that took away, at least as a viewer at home. It didn't.
Nope.
The matches flowed so well. The night flowed so well. But I just wondered if that took away from. But I'm glad it didn't.
It didn't, because it set the tone for the main event, and it gave the main event the proper. They gave John Cena the proper send off. But we'll get to John in a bit.
Yeah.
Again, I love the match. I love the fact that Cody. I don't know if this was shown on TV, but after they shook hands and everything, Cody kept looking at him like, damn, bro, like, you hurt me, like, you got me good, like, damn, bro. Nobody just. I don't know if that came out. I haven't watched it yet. I did watch. I came straight from Washington and watched just the end, because I wanted to hear if. Yeah, but we'll get to that.
Yeah.
The next match. This is another match that I absolutely freaking loved. I know a lot of people didn't, and I don't know why, but Sol Ruca versus Bayley. To me, the right person won.
To me, the right two people were in the match, and the right person won. This was to me, this was one of my favorite matches of the night. I mean, obviously, I thought every match was really, really well done, but this one really showcased exactly what Sol Ruca could do, and they put her in the ring with Bayley, who is, as Michael posted all night long, a future Hall of Famer. Someone that can go in there, carry her, give her back everything that she's giving, really sell the psychology of the match, allow Sol Ruca to be the athlete that she is. And Bayley was the one telling the story. I mean, really well done match. As I'm still a phrase from Simon Miller, 5 stars, 6.5 in the Tokyo Dome. Like, really, really well done from the aspect of being able to tell a story, but with great athleticism in the ring. Sol Ruca's a star. 6. I don't know if she's 6 foot. She's 5'10", something like that. Tall.
She's tall.
Incredibly athletic. That backflip over the top rope, man. That's something I can't wait for you to see back on television, because the different angles they took, it's like 3 different angles of her going back, and she did not hesitate. She flew herself over that top rope. Absolutely incredible.
I recorded this, so I'm good. I have
you get that? What?
Dude, I spent most of the night like this. I didn't want to miss a moment because I knew it was gonna be good. I listen. Again, seen Sol Ruca on NXT, blah blah blah. When I went to Saturday Night's Main Event in Tampa, and I saw her wrestle live for the first time, I was like, yo, this girl, she's good.
Yeah.
She's really good. And then I got invested in her. And I started watching her stuff. Bro, I even bought her shirt and everything, bro. Because I'm like, yo, this girl she's money. And when they announced that she was going to wrestle Bayley, I was like, this is it. This is her time to come in and shine and show why, out of all the girls in NXT, they picked her.
Yeah.
Because they could very easily, they could have picked the girl from the NXT champion, the women's champion, JC Jane.
JC Jane. Yep.
They could have picked her.
Absolutely.
Why not?
Yeah.
Get that rub from Bayley. No, they decided to put Two-Face because, well, Bayley's like, I don't know, she's like half and half
Yeah.
right now.
Bayley is Two-Face.
Well, yeah. So, yeah. So the fact that they gave her that opportunity, but then I was like, maybe they're doing this because this is a bigger platform for Zarya to betray her. But that didn't
Nothing.
happen either.
Nothing.
I was like, so in that aspect, I knew that Zarya was going to win. I mean, not Zarya, Sol Ruca was going to win. But I was like, how is she going to win? And the way that she won, absolutely loved it. The fact that Bayley avoided like 2 or 3 soul snatchers, she ended up getting hit with the soul snatcher and then kind of break it out of it and do the roll up. It was good. The whole match was good. Besides, there was one botch that I was like, ooh, I don't know how it looked on TV, but live it looked really bad.
I didn't really catch any botches, unless I don't recall.
But that's what I'm saying. I don't know how it looked. When Bayley was supposed went to do the drop kick in between the ropes through the turnbuckle, that she messed up that bad. Really bad.
Okay. Now they hit it well on camera.
But that's what I'm saying. I don't know how it looked on there. But besides that, great match. I'm a super fan of Sol Ruca. Can't wait to see what she's gonna do.
What's crazy is, much like Oba Femi, only 3 years in the business. Yep. Only 3 years. This is that both of them joined at the same time. They came in on the same class, and they are now where they are on the cusp of this stardom. 3 years in, that's insane. I call back here earlier. You talked about D'Angelo. He's been in NXT for 5 years.
Yeah,
And
forever.
these two have absolutely shined. And then, of course, I know you're about to transition to our next up, and you're talking about 2 young 21-year-olds that have barely been in the business 5 minutes, and they shined as well. So it's incredible.
That's the other thing I wanted to say. Because think about it. All those people, I didn't know she was in the business for only 3 years. I didn't know. You good research on that. The fact that you have them, they were chosen to be. By the way, they were chosen by John to be there. That's because John Cena sees something in them.
Absolutely.
The fact that John wanted NXT versus WWE main roster, whatever you want to call it, and those were the ones that were picked, says a lot about them. I can't wait. Listen, I already told you, huge fan of Sol Ruca. I can't wait to see what Oba Femi. You know what? I know you're not that old school, but I'm sure you'll remember this name. You have to. Oba Femi will be what Ahmed Johnson was supposed to be.
Okay. That's interesting. I can't fight you on that because I see where you're coming from, and that's how they tried to push Ahmed Johnson. And if he'd had the development that Oba Femi has had in terms of time to actually get good at his craft before they put him out there in front of the big screen, so I see where you're coming from. I can't knock you on that. That's one of the ones I would be glad to watch, and I hope you're right. That's an interesting one.
That's because when Ahmed Johnson came in, he was destined to be like a Brock Lesnar. You know what I'm saying? And I was for it. I loved Ahmed.
But it's
Dude, I
all
thought he was
red.
great.
But it's all
And I
red
didn't
suit
like
and his
that,
red
man.
knee pads and red elbow pads.
I always knew he also needed a manager because his promo.
But that's not the case with Oba. Oba is a
No.
scary man on the mic.
Oh
The
yeah.
ruler.
So the ruler. Yes, I love it. Dude, I'm telling you. And then I don't know if you've seen this or not, and I don't even know if I should be saying it because I don't know if it is fan made or anything. SummerSlam next year is gonna be in Minneapolis, the home of Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
They're talking about Brock Lesnar retiring at SummerSlam. Obviously, probably gonna be Gunther who's gonna retire because that's Gunther's new
It
gimmick.
seems to be, yeah.
Cena, Goldberg. Hey, why not Brock too?
Why not? AJ Styles throwing Brock Lesnar. I mean, it
AJ.
does seem like he's on that legend killer trajectory.
Yeah. So if it is true that Brock is retiring, get Oba Femi here now. Get him in the Rumble. Start getting him in. Once Brock's retired, you got your new beast. And I'm all for it. Oba Femi, I'm all for it. him as running like the company, because I don't know. I don't know. I'm too old school, and I know you said the 221-year-olds, Javon Evans and Leon. Forgot his last name already.
Nah.
He's from TNA. I barely watched TNA, but
It's actually the first time I've seen him in the ring. I know he's had a few good matches out there with Javon Evans, but that is the first time I've actually really sat down and watched a good match of his.
there you go.
Leon Slater.
Leon Slater. There you go. So, to me, those guys are great. They're good kids. They're talented as hell. But I'm old school. I'm Hulk Hogan, the Ultimate Warrior.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I'm like, I find it hard for me. Like when Ricky Saint beat Oba, I was like, what? In what universe?
Yeah.
Tell me what universe.
That's right.
I was like, no. I'm like, no, WWE, you did it wrong. I'm like, you had Ricky Saint beat Oba clean. I was like, nope, I don't like it. I didn't like it. When Oba lost the title the first time to Ricky Saint, I was like, absolutely not. Again, it's like, come on. There was a pay-per-view. Javon Evans versus Oba Femi. I'm like, really? Like, come on, man.
Hey, shout out to my skinny brothers, man.
No, listen, you skinny guys. You got the no I'm kidding. No, but let's be a little realistic here. Not every story is gonna be Rocky versus Drago. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
So I don't know. I think that Oba Femi, the way that he's being brought up, he's gonna be a huge star, and I'm all for it. I'm ready for it. I'm ready for that change for somebody else.
Or with you, but I really do think that if there's anyone that breaks the mold when it comes to what you're saying, it is Javon Evans. This kid is beyond bouncy. Like, everybody jumps over the top rope. Everybody dives. Everybody does something. I mean, him and Cody Rhodes both do those super cutters, okay? They both do it. But there's Cody's, and then there's Javon Evans. That man redefines it. I'm stealing this from somebody else I heard online, but everybody dives off the top rope, and then there's Javon Evans. Everybody shoots three-pointers, and then there's Steph Curry. Javon Evans, I believe, is going to change the way people want to wrestle. Because although Oba Femi is a phenom, there are less and less of him. There are you look at NXT right now. There's what, three big guys down there?
Yeah.
You know, there are not many that have that presence that he does. And don't get me wrong, it's incredible to have an Oba Femi, a Drew McIntyre, a Sheamus, a Gunther, somebody that is that 6'7", 6'6", 257 strong pounds, and that's amazing. But the business will start to turn away from that in the sense that you're not gonna, the kids that are gonna come up don't necessarily have that, because you had the small man indie era with Adam Cole and Daniel Bryan and DIY and Young Bucks and so many of these guys that are undersized, and they've had that moment, and that's one of the reasons why Cody had to get bigger, because he wanted to really get that number one slot. And I understand, to have that number one slot, you need to be that heavyweight size. But I believe that Javon Evans, and he showed in this match, is one of those guys that just might break the mold. It's not, I don't know the last guy who was, quote, undersized. Maybe we could say Shawn Michaels, that really carried the load for the company. I mean, CM Punk had it for a year. Can't knock him. But everyone says and everyone knows that even when he was the champion, it was John Cena who was the face of the franchise. He was just the guy holding the belt. I don't know the last time a face of the franchise wasn't a big, strong, Batista-like character, John Cena-like character. But when I look at Javon Evans, and he has sold me, when I saw him in this match even more, not just his ability to go over that top rope, but his ability to sell, his ability to truly transition throughout the match, his connectivity, his relatability with the fans. The guy has everything, and he's only 21 years old. As we've seen from Dominic Mysterio, that transition between that skinny little kid that he was, and he may not be big and bad, but his body has not, he's grown into that grown man body. He's more fit into that structure. I do that same thing for Javon. As he starts to put on weight, as he starts to really fit that structure, he's probably not going to get any bigger than a Montez Ford, but he's going to be 10 years younger than Ford. And he's going to grow into that in front of the camera. And I could really see him transitioning into that.
I'll be okay with that. I'll be okay with that. Again, I got nothing but love for Javon Evans. But again, to me, at this point, he's in his. You can't blame me because of the era that I grew up in. You
Absolutely.
know,
Yeah.
Javon Evans, perfect WCW Cruiserweight Champion. You see what I was coming from?
Absolutely.
You know,
He'd have headline. So he'd have curtain jerked every pay-per-view.
yeah. You know, like Billy Kidman.
Oh
He
yeah,
re-
Billy Kidman.
Perfect. He reminds me of Billy Kidman. But then, as Kidman got older, Kidman, got bigger and everything. So we'll see what the future holds for Javon Evans. But at this time, my guy's Oba. Speaking of Javon Evans, and Leon Slater versus AJ Styles and Dragon Lee. What happened in that match? Because I did not want to see
Yeah,
it.
that's crazy. Yeah, no. First of all, I'll tell you this. Something's interesting. AJ Styles didn't come out with his tag team title belt, which I don't understand why, but I just thought that was interesting.
Here's the thing. No, wait. I think I didn't notice that. But I think AJ was late
Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me.
because he ran outside. Like I told you, I was there. I recorded the beginning, like their entrance,
Mm-hmm.
and Dragon Lee was like kneeling down, and AJ came running. I don't know how if they showed that on TV, but they shot running, and I was like, "What the hell?" But anyway, go ahead.
No, but as far as the match is concerned, I mean, first of all, it came out gangbusters. I mean, they started off with Javon and Slater with super kicks to AJ Lee right off the bat, and they just hit them with every single move that they could think of, every diving attack over the top rope, over the corner post, over the top rope again, through the ropes. I mean, they were all over them. Then it got down to some mat-based wrestling and really broke down Dragon Lee to obviously paying way to the big tag for AJ Lee. Sorry, AJ Lee for AJ Styles, and a really good match from start to finish. Did have a little botch, which I some people say it's a botch, but it was AJ Styles going up for his phenomenal forearm. He fell off the top rope, but I've seen AJ do that so many times. I never know when he's botching anymore. Because, yeah, I never do. Because Slater jumped right on him for a pin. Like, he didn't even sell it. He wasn't shocked that he fell off the top rope. He immediately jumped on him for a pin. He went up to Slater went up to the top rope, tried to hit a front flip. AJ hit him with a power bomb, transitioned it into a Styles Clash 1-2-3. Obviously, Team AJ Lee wins. A fast pace, 100 miles an hour. I mean, those guys are at truly as phenomenal as it gets, and you can't ignore Dragon Lee as well. He'll never be the star he's supposed to be. It's really hard for WWE to push the Lucha Libre. They talk about it so much. They bought AAA. I know they really want to do it. But they fell into Rey Mysterio, and they have struggled to really promote strong caliber Latino superstars. The best they tried, and I'm going to say tried, was Alberto Del Rio. I'm talking about since Eddie Guerrero, of course. But, like, they tried with Alberto Del Rio, and I still don't feel like they did enough or really capitalized off what he could have even brought. But they have struggled over and over again to get Latino stars over. So I don't know what they're going to be able to do with Dragon Lee. I think he's so phenomenal and so phenomenally talented. I like that he's with AJ Styles. I'm just scared of what they're going to be after he's done. But as far as those two 21-year-olds on the other side of the ring, the sky is the future for. We obviously just talked about. I'm not going to beat the head with these two, but they're phenomenal, and they really showed it again in this match. They got the proper time to shine. The right team won. At the end of the day, AJ Styles, I'll take a quick pause here for a second. We talked about, obviously, John Cena retiring. We talked briefly about Brock Lesnar. AJ Styles already said his next year is his last match. His last year. And for me, in our age, our generation, it's sad because in the next few years, we're going to see the end of Cena. We're going to see the end of AJ. We're going to see the end of Ray. We're going to see the end of Sheamus, end of Brock. Probably the end of Randy in a year or two here as well. Prayers to the man, but we may have seen the end of Kevin Owens. I don't think that Sami Zayn's too far behind as well to really see these many guys. And then obviously CM Punk's not going to give us too many more years to see so many guys start to moonlight at the same time. I would say before 2023, 2030. Wow. Before 2030, we're going to see some of our favorite stars really start to transition out. And I think it's been a long time since we've seen so many of them gone at such a short time frame. It's a positive because we've seen so many of them get into the 40s and the 50s, really being able to give us longevity in their career, and I love that. You look at the main event scene, it's all 40-year-olds, which is why the Javon Evans and the Slaters in the world or Dominic Mysterio, they're also important to be having the next generation still coming, Braun Breaker of the world. But it is kind of sad to sit there and go, man, I can see the end coming for at least 7, 8, 9, 10 of these genuine 20-year vets that are going to be gone here soon.
I tell you what, yeah, that's the same thing that I was talking about earlier. I was there for when Edge's last match, WrestleMania 27. I was there when he came back, so to me that was phenomenal. It was great.
Lucky you.
Yeah. Kyle and I went to Charlotte, North Carolina. No, the hell we went? Greensboro, North Carolina. We don't like AEW, but we went because it was Sting's last match.
Mm.
So I got to see that. I got to see Cena last night. Man, enough to tell you, bro, that I didn't cry. I didn't cry. A lot of people were. A lot of people were crying. But when Gunther came out and he's standing, and then WWE likes to do this shit, they silence.
Oh, they make you
I'm
wait.
like, come on. They made us wait. And I'm looking, and like people, anticipation. When his music hit, it was like, this is it. The last one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because, yeah, he might come out again because he just signed a new deal with them for 5 years as an ambassador, not as a performer. He might come out, hey, guys, whatever. But it's not John Cena, shorts, you can't see me, let's go, Stu. You know what I'm saying? So it hit different. And getting into that, let's get into that match.
Yeah, absolutely.
What did you think of that match?
You know, when it comes to a retirement match, you know, obviously the bar is Shawn Michaels and The Undertaker. You know, right up there is Ric Flair and Shawn Michaels, even though obviously Ric Flair did what he did. But I mean, this goes up there with it. To me, it's up there with it. I wish we did a predictions because I felt like the end was going to come the way it did, and I'll get to that. But you know, when it comes to this match, again, this was yet another example of them trying to show that the next generation is here. This was about Gunther. That's what it was. It was about Gunther. The fans did a phenomenal job. I loved it. Man, I wish I was there because the atmosphere it seemed like it was just electric. They were standing. It's been a long time since I've seen a WWE crowd stand the entire match. The first few rows were sitting, and then everybody else in every row, at least from the camera could see, was standing the entire 25-minute match. That was phenomenal. That brought so much atmosphere into it. But Gunther, man, I have to speak about him for a second. We'll get to John, but you know, I really felt like he played his role and understood his role so well. When they did the introductions, I watched Gunther and I said, this is why Camelo Hayes couldn't be in this spot. This is why LA Knight couldn't be in this spot. This is why Solo Sikoa couldn't be in this spot. This is why so many other guys in the ring like, oh, well, these guys would be great. Jey Uso couldn't be in this spot. No, the only man that could be in this spot was Gunther, because he is the big bad boss of WWE right now. He is the final boss, and they will continue to transition him into that role. But he played his role so phenomenally well. I really enjoyed his ring presence. I enjoyed bit of it. I loved it. I really, really loved it from beginning to end. And then there's John. One last amazing big match John performance. Truly, John Cena is, as they say, the greatest of all time. Yeah. Is he the greatest in-ring performer of all time? You can argue that with AJ Styles and Shawn Michaels. Is he the best on the mic? Well, you can put him up there with The Rock and Stone Cold. But when it comes to being able to be the guy, the man that the company needs, and I don't just mean the face of the franchise, I mean whatever the company needs. Because I saw this the other day, which really surprised me. Did you know WrestleMania, was it 29 that he headlined with The Rock? That was the last time he headlined a WrestleMania up until this year against Cody Rhodes.
Yes.
That shocked the heck out of me because he obviously didn't step away until 2019 is really when he kind of took that back seat. For him to still because look, even Roman Reigns has taken a back seat and still wanted to be in the main event of WrestleMania. John Cena has had such a career. And if I can retroact, I know we're talking about the match, but I want to I got to give my John Cena thing.
By all means.
He's had such a career that, I'm the true John Cena guy in the terms of loved him when he was Thugonomics, hated him when he was when he was Super Cena, loved him during his part-time run. And personally, I have loved the John Cena retirement tour. I have bought into every bit of it. I have enjoyed it. Some people didn't. They didn't like certain things about it. That's on them. I have enjoyed every bit of it. First of all, every match was extremely good. The end of the WrestleMania match wasn't great, but the WrestleMania match was great.
Yeah,
his match with Randy Orton was phenomenal. His match with Cody Rhodes Cody Rhodes at SummerSlam was phenomenal. His match with CM Punk, phenomenal. His match with AJ Styles, best of the year. His match with Dominic Mysterio, both of them I thought were highly entertaining, told a fantastic story. And the pièce de resistance was this match right here. This was the quintessential big match John match. And what's so funny is he did the You Can't See Me 3 times, and everybody loved it every single time. Like, that's how good he is. Like, he understands what the fans want, when they want it, how to give it to them, when to take it from them, and when to deliver. And from the time that bell rung to the time that the bell rung again, he truly delivered yet a phenomenal experience. Again, I joked earlier, but I'll say it again. 5 stars, 6.5 in the Tokyo Dome. Just truly an amazing performance. I really love the way he decided to go out with it, putting a smile on his face and giving the love. I mean, the softest little lovely tap out I've ever seen. Truly looking at the fans. I believe he was breaking the fourth wall. Personally, I think he was looking at the fans and going, "Hi guys, I'm giving up. I'm done. This is it." Yeah, there it is. That's what, and to me, that's what that look was. It wasn't just a look of peace. It was, I'm looking at the fans. I'm looking at you and saying, "This is it."
Here it comes. It was kind of like,
I'm done.
I was like, "You ready? All right, let's do this.
Let's do this." And I loved it because if I was booking, that's how I would have wanted it. And some people said, no, this year has been all about John Cena doing things that he had never done or had a chance to do one last time. Whether it was win the 17 championship, whether it was win the Intercontinental Championship, whether it was put over every single young guy that he wrestled. He's never put over a faction. He put over the Judgment Day. He never won the Intercontinental Championship. He won that. Every opportunity that he got to do something he hadn't done before and put somebody over or have an accomplishment he didn't have before, he took it. And this was something he had not done in over 20 years, and that's tap out. And even Stone Cold didn't go that long. He also tapped out to Kurt Angle. Kurt Angle made everybody tap out, by the way. Kurt Angle made everybody tap out, which is crazy. I didn't realize it. Everybody tapped out. Hogan. Undertaker tapped out. Everybody tapped out Kurt Angle. But for him to go 20 years without tapping out, to me, it only made sense for that to be the way it ended. To really give Gunther that, not just you beat me, but you did something that you and Kurt Angle are the only people that say you did it. Congratulations, I'm out. So, no, truly phenomenal match, phenomenal experience. What was it like being in the arena?
So, that's the only thing I can give you because everything that you said is exactly my sentiment. It was great, a great match. It went out the way that it was supposed to. The arena part, that part is something that I still cannot wrap my head against. Because we as fans, and I don't want to say that we're smarter, because obviously we're here when it comes to that. Most of the WWE universe are so into their own little bubble that, how can John Cena lose on his way out? Because everybody, the only one that I've seen win on his way out was Sting. And I was even shocked. I'm like, wait, he won?
Yeah.
Shit, okay. Everybody goes out on their back. That's the old school tradition. You set up the next guy, right? Oh, well, Gunther sucks. I was like, what the fuck? Gunther, what? I was like, why? He's not building Gunther. He's old. He's almost 40. He's almost 40 years old. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? And they're like, they should have had LA Knight in that spot. I'm like, LA Knight's going to be like 45. Oh, no. He's going to be, Gunther's like 38. Oh, he's almost 40. He shouldn't be in that spot. It should have been LA. LA's already 45. It was, to me, everything went downhill once Triple H came out. Not because of me. The fans. They started booing. They started yelling a bunch of shit, They started yelling political shit, and I'm like, dude, nah, we're not. This is not it. I don't give a shit about politics or anything like that. But Triple H is there. Oh my God, he's in Washington. Boo. Horrible. I kept looking at John, and I'm looking at John, and John just kind of looking at the crowd. He's like, hey, like, chill, I guess. I feel that John was probably going to talk, but the fans, and it did not come out on TV. Some of the stuff that we're saying did not come out on TV.
Yeah.
I think John would have talked, but he just said F this and left. I think the fans ruined what was supposed to be a feel good moment. They ruined it. They really did. And even when we're walking out of the arena, that's all they're yelling. They're like F Triple H, you suck, this guy and blah 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 and Gunther, and I'm like, my God, like how ignorant can you be? John Cena went out like every other superstar. Ric Flair, who was considered the greatest of all time, how did he leave? Well, for a little bit, but how did he leave?
On
His back.
Yeah.
How did Shawn Michaels leave?
On his back.
Tombstone on his back.
Stone Cold went down.
Triple H, if he didn't have that heart condition, he would have done the same thing. Batista. Batista never felt that he had a proper ending to his career. What did he do? He came back. WrestleMania 35. Did Batista win that match? No. He lost. Everybody is an honor tradition. I don't understand why the fans are acting this way, and the hate they're getting online. It's unnecessary. It's really, dude. Yelling AEW, hey AEW, hey AEW, Tony Khan, and I'm like, oh my effing God.
But
like, are you serious?
But here's what I'd say though, and I know nothing about this man, but I've watched Triple H to know this. A, he doesn't care, and B, he'd rather the heat be on him. Because one thing that was done, and when you see at the very end of the match, John Cena and Triple H, they hugged. And John Cena says something in Triple H's ear. And Triple H says, he laughs and he goes, I know. And I'm just, 100% speculation, no idea. I live in Pennsylvania. Of course I don't know. But I would bet you $100 that that's John Cena going, hey, thanks for taking the heat. Because you can't sit here and tell me that the tour was John Cena's idea, that the event was John Cena's idea, that the opponent was John Cena's idea, and you tell me that the finish was Triple H's?
Yeah.
Triple H has been around step for step as long as John Cena, has as much respect for John Cena. Triple H tried to do what John Cena did, that was the face of the franchise, and he couldn't do it. John Cena took it from him, did it better than him. You don't think Triple H has the utmost respect for John Cena to say, hey, John, however you want to end this match, it's your match. I can't stop you. I'm not going to stop you. Whatever you and Gunther do out there is what you and Gunther do. If you want to do a pile driver, do a pile driver. What am I going to do about it? You think Triple H said, John, you're going to tap out tonight? Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. This was John Cena's decision. This is how he decided to go out. Anybody that doesn't see it that way is fooling themselves. They are truly a believer of John. They don't want to see him as willing to do that, and that's okay. Yep. But to blame Triple H for it doesn't make much sense to me, and he doesn't care either.
Exactly. Listen, when he started laughing, I started chuckling. I was like, y'all cursing him out. He just, I was like, I already took your money. I don't give a shit.
He still made the largest gate in an arena history. Put 19,000 of y'all in there.
No, listen. Dude, the pictures alone? Here's the thing. I'll get to that in a second. That's the thing. People was like, and it's funny that you say that because that's one of the things people were saying too. Triple H made him tap out because he's always been jealous of Cena because he could never amount to what I'm like. This mother. I'm telling you that a lot of people were lucky, and I'm lucky too because I'm old now already. I can't even take a hit. But they're lucky that I wasn't in my 20s and I was drinking. Because I probably would have been fighting. This mofos. I'm like, dude, you look at like, fool, go back to your mommy's basement now. Like,
Seriously.
stop it. You know? But listen, this is the first time. This is how freaking huge John Cena is. The whole streets, every street in Washington had the banner of John Cena.
Mm-hmm.
Just John Cena. I've been to plenty superstores. We've been to superstores together. They have everybody, every wrestler. This time it was 2 floors, first and second floor. Everything of John Cena. Nothing. Everything was John Cena. From his new stuff, every single shirt from his retirement, like Indianapolis, New Jersey, SummerSlam, Clash in Paris, everything. They had it there. His old school stuff, the chain gang, the whole night, everything. This mofo's made money. Because I went in when I was full. I was like, oh, cool. Got what I needed. Went out to eat. Went to Raising Cane's. Ate. Came back. Blah, blah, blah. Drove around. Whatever. Came back. Store is empty. I was like, oh, yeah. The store was right next to the event, to Capital One Arena. I get out of there. I have to walk through the store. I look at the store. Packed again. I'm like, these mofos made money. Those pictures that I went to get, they were $100 each. They were $100, 1,000. Sold out like that. Do the math. 100 times 1,000. My man, they made money.
Right.
They made money. And those belts, the Cena belts, $250 a pop, bro. The mini.
The mini ones, yeah. The
minis, $250. 1,000 for the other ones.
Wow.
Now here's the other thing. Now they also had the hats. The hats for each one of the retirement tour, all signed by John Cena at $700 a pop. And I've seen people with 3 and 4 like this. I'm like, WWE made money in this event.
Oh, absolutely.
And I know John gets a nice chunk of his royalty. John, not that he needs it, but he's set just on this event.
Oh, yeah. He made money off this retirement tour. He is good.
He's good, bro.
And the thing is, and you mentioned before, like people having that fandom of Triple H as jealous of John Cena. Triple H is doing exactly what he wanted to be doing. The man is in charge of the creative of the largest creative branching entertainment company in the world. And I said that very specifically. When it comes to entertainment, just purely what we're going to do, there is no bigger, large moving machine than the WWE. Weekly, episodic, they never miss an episode for 104 SmackDown and Raws a year, plus your 52 NXTs, and then however many PLEs they want to do, they don't miss. And he is in charge of all of that. That man ain't jealous of nobody. And he got an ownership stake in the company. He may not run TKO, but he got his hands in the pot. That man ain't jealous of nobody. We talk about his political things. You may not agree with his political attributions in terms of the party he's affiliated with, but the man still stands next to the president. He ain't jealous of nobody. That man has put himself in a position to go from terrorizing just this nobody to being the most important person. You know what? Maybe second or third, obviously with Nick Khan and the gentleman up at the top of the branch. But when it comes to what you see on television, there is no one more important than Triple H. And those other guys may be important to the business of WWE, but the business of WWE matters nothing if it was not for the product that's on the screen. And Triple H is as good as it gets at doing his job and ain't jealous of nobody because of the job he has. Hey, I bet you he wishes he could have had that retirement match. That I would give you, because the man he never walked away. Obviously, he had the heart issue, and God bless, he's okay from that perspective. But I don't think he would change his I don't think he would change his life for anything. I don't think he'd give it up or exchange it with anybody. I don't think he'd want The Rock's life. I think he is happy. That's the other thing too. You know why else he ain't got nothing to be jealous about? He had married the love of his life and has been with her for as long as we have been watching him on TV. People forget about that. He is still with the love of his life, the woman that had all his kids with, the woman he built this empire with. Yes, okay, he got there because he married her, no doubt about it. But if you're gonna tell me you married her for the money, he has invested the last 30 years of his life to still be in it, doing it very, very well, and making it look very, very good. So listen. I give nothing but respect. I know we're talking about John Cena, but also nothing but respect to Triple H as well.
No, we gotta give that, and this is great that we're doing this because a lot of people are giving him hate, and I don't believe the hype. I don't think he deserves this hate. I really don't, and I love absolutely everything that you said because it's true, especially that part, the last part. You know, people was like, "Oh, he's only with Steph for the money." My man has made enough money on his own that he don't need Steph. If he wanted out, he would have been out by now.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
so
yeah.
this is great. This is great. I think Saturday night's main event was great. Just the next one is coming up in January. How does how do we? Geez, how do I ask this? How do we move forward now, knowing that we're not gonna get John Cena for WrestleMania? How do we move forward from there? How do we know that we're not gonna see him anymore? Are you good with his retirement? Are you happy for his retirement?
Yeah, I am. Because at the end of the day, you know, John Cena has been a full-time wrestler since before the pandemic. Okay, he has
Yes.
slowly transitioned away more and more, and he at least gave us one really good year left of him. And to me, you know, it's a getting old thing because I still remember him coming out in July of 2024 saying, "I'm going to do one more year," and now we're at the end of it, and going, "I'm like, dang, another year of my life just went by." You know, we talked about it
Yes.
earlier. The future is bright. You know, he does. There's no one that I'd want the company in better hands with right now with Cody Rhodes. I think he is, you know, truly QB1. He is there had been a long, long, long time because John Cena was never this. Cody Rhodes is the first true baby face,
Yeah.
top of the card, fan favorite in
Yeah.
since Hulk Hogan. I mean, has there been someone else that did it like him?
Yes.
Yes, yes,
No.
yes. Stone Cold had it for a bit, but he was never this. He was the
It was never the
anti-authority,
face.
and in another
Yeah.
world, he was a heel. But you know, we just loved him so much, he became the babyface. But you know, Bret Hart for a little bit of time, but really, there's been no one that has been able to hold the mantle as not only am I the face of the franchise, not only am I the people that the guy that everybody loves, but I'm also the white meat babyface, and that's very hard to do. And he really he earned it. And I think that, you know, he probably still has another year of grace before the fans start to, you know, super Cena him as well. So I think he needs to enjoy it and ride it, and I think he'll be fine. But we talked about it. The main event scene is so full of guys, whether it be CM Punk, the return of Seth Rollins. And I can't wait to see how that plans out with the Mystery Man and Braun Breaker. Obviously, we're talking about Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed, Drew McIntyre. You know, whatever happens
No
with
longer
Randy
in
Orton. My
there.
point is, yeah, the ball is going to keep rolling. They've done a phenomenal job of really setting up the franchise for the continuation. John passed the ball along to so many different guys. Like I said, he put over the Judgment Day and Dominic Mysterio. He put over Cody Rhodes. He gave Brock Lesnar one last beatdown. And I think he's really done a phenomenal job in this retirement to really let 2026 speak for itself. I think that we'll still miss John just because he always brings that energy. And you know when he steps in the ring, it's going to be a big match feel. But I don't think that. I think we'll be fine. I think we'll be fine without him. I think the business is going to be fine without him. I think we're still going to have great matches and great WrestleManias and great moments, and we'll be just fine. The business is going to keep moving forward. They're going to keep making money, and I'm excited for it. I love being a wrestling fan. I love being a WWE fan, and we'll see how the next year goes.
Well, let's see how the year goes, and it all starts tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
Right here, Raw and SmackDown taping right here in Hershey, PA.
Yes, yes.
And I'm gonna be there. All right, brother.
You have a phenomenal time.
What, dude? I got like 9 seats. I'm like right there. So, all right, brother. It was great talking to you. I love having you here. Hopefully, we can continue to do this. Say your goodbyes, man.
Fantastic, man. Always good. Always good to be with you, man. Always good to experience the podcast, man. Till next time, brother.
All right. Peace.